Welcome back to Industries Live. This is the first time that we have streamed Industries Live from the show floor in Vegas at reInvent. Welcome from all over the world. We appreciate your tuning in for our last partner of the day. Save the best for last?
Absolutely.
Great. So I am Dr. Karen Hildebrand. I lead our solutions architects for several of our industries, including financial services, healthcare and life sciences, telco, media, entertainment, games, and sports. And I am joined by my co-host, Addy.
Hey folks, I'm Addy Dubhashi. I've been with AWS for 6.5 years working with our financial services sector. And my team focuses on industry solutions with our partners. We work to combine our technology, our consulting capabilities with AWS to help our line of business customers to see the value and transform themselves. And a fantastic example of that is GFT. So with that, Marcus, I'll pass it over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, AWS, for having us here. So I'm Marco Santos. I am the CEO at GFT Technologies. We are a publicly listed company. We have 12,000 consultants engineers across the globe. We operate in 20 countries, and we are financial services oriented. We grew up in financial service, we were born in financial service, and we are specialized on that. And our global partnership with AWS is thriving.
Fantastic.
Hi, thank you, Addy. Thank you, Karen. My name is Carlos Kazuo. I'm the Global Head for Innovation Solutions at GFT. We have at the Zero, that's where we shape our value propositions, our offerings to offer to our customers. And that's where we work together with AWS and we nurture this incredible partnership.
Excellent. I think something that's fascinating about GFT is they have been a partner who truly specializes in the FS industry. They've kept a level of focus to really help customers across capital markets, banking, and insurance, and really invested in helping them accelerate the AWS. So before I kind of dive into specific examples, would you all like to talk a little bit about GFT, the kind of industries you all are focused on, and how you totally drive value by repeatable solutions on AWS?
Absolutely. So our focus is, number one, modernization, right? So we've been working strongly with AWS on architecture modernization, and I'm talking about IT architecture modernization, I'm talking about data modernization, and we've been working since the design, the planning, the strategy, up to those migrations and transformations per se. So that's one major element. We are also working in terms of Gen AI and AI, and we firmly believe that AI is going to be in the fabric of the software development and the services, and we are bringing to the market Gen AI in order to accelerate the software development lifecycle. So it's another major element of our play. We are also talking about innovation, so the future of finance, the future of money, tokenization, and real-time payments, open banking, and many other things.
Something we've really tried to focus on is what are the key drivers and asks that customers are looking to solve for. And we've seen that it kind of always breaks down into those three buckets. Data modernization, how am I extracting business value from my data? Customer experience, how am I digitizing that experience? And then the overarching modernization of legacy and core systems, truly helping the customer kind of go and leapfrog to the cloud. Marcos, Carlos, some of the key trends or asks you're getting from customers that you've been seeing over the past few months, and what are the key things you think would be driving adoption in early next year?
I think, Carlos, you can start with the modernization.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I think before, when we talk about modernization, we were used to think that we do this in steps, right? Like you said, Addy. So we're going to modernize the legacy first, then the infrastructure, then the data, and etc. So what we've been experiencing in this so nimble world now is that the modernization is one thing. We have to do all together. Our customers can't wait to, or can't do this in pieces. So we are doing this all together in a very agile way, which is a big challenge. And we need technology, we need partners, we need a good infrastructure that can be reliable and put everything at the same time on this. And we need cloud native solutions to run these modernizations. So products that are modern products that are built on the cloud, data products from AWS, for example, when we are running on AWS infrastructures, the native data products with AWS, like the data mesh and things like that, and then everything related to the infrastructure. So modernizing the infrastructure and providing the best, overarching architecture to customers to build their applications there and to sit their legacies there. So all this together is being the main, our main, let's say, focus now supporting the modernization programs.
And a second trend, which is Gen AI. So generative AI as a real part of everything that we do. And we are now looking, and we are bringing a responsible AI-centric approach. Everything that we do at GFT, everything software development, IT services, everything is with AI right now. And we have our own technology, GFT Impact, that is leveraged over Bedrock. We already have 20 clients on that, more than 500 licenses with that, and we are using that in order to help the modernization, in order to accelerate the software development per se, in order to accelerate the software development life cycle, and we are already capturing real, it's real results with clients.
Yeah.
80 to 90% of improvements in terms of the software development life cycle.
That's fantastic. We had a couple of sessions here at reInvent that were specific to the SDLC and how it's being changed by Gen AI. Can you tell us a little bit about what those customers are finding to be the easiest or most challenging use case in the software development lifecycle? Is there specific projects where they've been able to adopt it more quickly?
So first migration.
Yeah.
So we started with our technology, leverage over Bedrock, the GFT Impact, and first we started to create the documentation, and we accelerated the documentation part of the legacy, more than 90% of improvement in terms of documentation. And then the second step is, if I'm doing the documentation, why not can I transform it and migrate it? And then we created the legacy transformer using generative AI, and then also accelerating the process to take the legacy to the target module. And then together with that, project specifications, use case tests, stories, and then several functions around coding. And as we've been in that journey for 1.5 years, it's not something from 3 months ago. 1.5 years, GFT, we created a really competitive advantage because we create a layer of ways that you do the prompt. So we are creating a layer of prompts specialized in financial services in a way that you help the software developers to do the right prompts in order that you get responses that are harmonized. Otherwise, you get responses that are not harmonized, and then you have some challenge. So that's the reality, and we are bringing that to our clients, and and then that's a major trend.
And that's super interesting because that's something very unique of GFT, and what we're seeing is certain partners really choose to specialize in industries. That specialization very much helps them keep that air gap, which is apply the technologies you have today, make sure that they're contextual for the customer and the persona that you're positioning for, and then that repeatable asset has deployability across several customers, across banking, and then that same asset in different regions. One of the earlier case studies we actually share with GFT is they were working with us in APJ, where they had shaped and supported the digital transformation of a niche, born in the cloud bank. So a large bank was looking to create a digitally native player about 2 years ago. And when GFT teamed up with AWS and an ISV partner, something that we were able to drive for is a very rapid deployment of the digitally native bank. We have this as a successful customer reference today. But what was fascinating was because that architecture was so strong and reliable, there's a repeatable pattern in it. And I think we've had about 3 or 4 successes since applying that same architecture at numerous customers. That repeatability between an ISV partner, a consulting partner, all joining up on AWS has just really helped a breadth of our customers and then made that repeatable success for you as well. I'm referring to some of the customers you're going to talk about, I guess, but you know the ones I'm talking about here.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm going to start and then you complement, Carlos, but we also specialize ourselves on creating from scratch in a fast pace, in an accelerated way, new digital banks. And we've been doing that in 1 year, 12 months to 18 months. And we created a framework together with AWS in order to accelerate that journey. And Carlos, can you mention about those two public reference that you have?
Absolutely. Just to mention, to name a few, those two ones. So Addy was referring to Mox in Hong Kong. So we built this bank in 18 months up to production. A combination where we have AWS products and infrastructure, the product, modern product of core banking, and GFT as the specialized consulting firm. Because we know very well how a bank works from inside out, we know exactly where are the pitfalls and the pathways and the shortcuts to be there. So we build this bank from scratch, from ideation until production. And in this journey, we develop accelerators, libraries that can be reusable, like you said, Addy, that were very, very important to replicate and industrialize this experience. And now, the latest one, we won an Innovation Partner of the Year this year here at the reInvent.
Congratulations.
Awesome. Congratulations.
And because one of the cases was South Bank in Romania, that we used the same acceleration paths and assets to build a bank from scratch in less than 12 months this time. The first digital bank in Romania.
That is massive.
And on the first month, because of the cutting edge technology in terms of onboarding, so they were able to acquire more than 100,000 clients on the first month, and then more than 200,000 clients on the second, third month. So it's quite a successful case study on GFT, AWS, and Starling engine from Starling, right? That's the technology.
This is so interesting because what happens is that we've seen when partners have developed industry-changing repeatable assets, that asset continues to gain in efficiency. And so not only was the bank deployed as one of the first ones in the region, its speed to market was its advantage to gain customers and continue to get that speed and adoption at customers. That repeatability helped you in other regions, but I know Mox today even is one of the most successful banks in the region and continues to grow their footprint. They have that air gap because they were fast to market and early because of that repeatable and quickly deployed asset that was developed.
We often talk about there being no compression algorithm for experience, and that's exactly what you're talking about. Your deep industry expertise is allowing you to help other customers to move more quickly alongside your partnership with AWS. Addy, do you want to talk a little bit about how the competency helps to bring partners like GFT forward?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think something that's really exciting for us is we understand partners like GFT want to accelerate in financial services. This is your core business. This is where you focus a majority of your time in your core IP. And so something we like to encourage is partners to gain the financial services competency. The competency directly credentializes you with AWS to end customers, but it also helps you connect in partner communities that we form around financial services, meeting with ISVs, market data providers, consulting firms, all joining up as one community, building those repeatable assets for our end customers that can help them in the long term. The power of this is that it all comes over the marketplace that allows you to rapidly deploy at future customers as well. So we want to get some additional feedback. How has that journey been for you in terms of being out there and building solutions together with AWS?
That journey has been amazing for us, and we are pushing the company GFT in order to create more assets, to create more accelerators and even products, and AWS is our main rail, if you can say like that. So it's our global partner, and we've been on that journey to incentivize our teams to do that. One of example is the GFT Impact that we created and now accelerating together with many other assets and accelerators. And we are very happy to got 2 major awards from AWS this year. Right? The number one is the Global Innovation Partner of the Year, and the second one is the AWS EMEA Financial Services.
Congratulations.
This is fantastic.
Massive. This is exactly the journeys we see our partners on, which is by building those repeatable plays, your success has a multiplier effect. And customers gain that benefit as well through the efficiencies and speed of deployment that others cannot keep up with. So we see that as an air gap and a differentiator, not only for our partners, but our combination helping end customers as well.
And we always like to end out our sessions, and you are our last partner that's going to be on Industries Live. We always like to say, what's the future going to hold? We're almost done with reInvent. What's the future going to hold for GFT in 2025?
The future is AI, generative AI. And I am on a mission. I am on a mission to put GFT as the global benchmark, the global reference on responsible AI-centric software development, migration, transformation, and IT services. So that's my personal mission. That's the mission of GFT for the whole market, and we look forward to accelerate that journey with AWS. So it's so that's something that we are very committed to. Yeah.
That is awesome. I think one last question, and this is a fun one. I know this isn't your first reInvent, but I'm really curious. What was the most exciting part of it? Any session, any workshop, something at the expo that really excited you?
I think. Let me start. I think I really got amazed with to see Itaú.
Oh. Yeah.
Itaú keynote, and Itaú, which is our largest client that we have in Brazil and Latin America. And we have Ricardo Guerra, the global CIO, talking about their journey to cloud, the transformation, and mention about GFT.
Fantastic.
So for me, this was super exciting to hear that Ricardo obviously mentioned about the ecosystem of partners. But for us, GFT, it has been incredible journey. We started from scratch together with AWS several years ago, that journey at Itaú. A journey that started on early designs on how to take a major bank with millions of clients and customers to the cloud and transform all the legacy. And we started that journey with the AWS professional service. We worked together, shoulder to shoulder, and then after that, GFT accelerated the journey with Itaú, and we are very proud in order to help Itaú on that journey to transform and migrate the architecture, the legacy, and also implement innovation, right, with data mesh, with the the innovation on the data structures and data modernization of Itaú, and many other innovations that we are doing. So this is a testimony, right, about GFT, about AWS. Yeah. Anything you'd like to complement, Carlos?
What I like the most at the reInvent is that every year the energy is so intense and you feel it, and it's at the same time there's so many people, but it feels so cozy here,
Yeah.
And in the end for us is a celebration of the hard work that we did together through all the years. So it's the perfect way to to celebrate and close the year and the partnership together. So for me, this is kind of it's a special place to be every year.
And the energy, right, on those days, it's super tiring, yeah. Right? But it's fantastic. It's super rewarding as well, and the energy that we get with all the clients, all the partners, and so with AWS and all this ecosystem of companies and people and our teams. We also brought a big team, right, from GFT into the game, and all that energy of the reInvent is fantastic.
Excellent. I think we really appreciate your investment and commitment to come in to reInvent and bring your teams with you. The awards are massive, and that's a reflection of your continued investment. So really thank you for that, Marcos and Carlos. Karen, do you want to?
No, I was going to say we are running out of time. That was a fantastic recap. Again, thank you to your entire team and what that work represents that you've done on behalf of customers to win the awards here. So thanks again for that. And we appreciate your joining us on Industries Live. We are going to quickly switch over to our recap of all of reInvent. You are our last partner for the day. You closed us off extremely well. I love all the mentions of generative AI. So we will be back in about 2 minutes for our recap of reInvent. And again, remember that Industries Live will be streaming all of 2025 on Thursdays from 8 to 9 a.m. Pacific time.
Thank you
Thanks
for
again.
coming.
Thank you very much.
Thanks
for having us.